Hey guys, welcome to my podcast, RJ Travels, where we share our traveling experiences and, hoping we can help you guys learn a little something from us. Today, basically, we got back from Paris, France yesterday, but interesting things happened. I did some luxury shopping, and I know there's something called a VAT, and we get refunded some taxes, and it's overall cheaper to buy luxury items such as like Chanel bags, Louis Vuitton stuff over in France. So that's what we did, and it was quite the process. So prior to going to Paris, I knew I wanted to purchase a couple items for my family, and something for myself. So I, obviously YouTubed what VAT is and what the process is specifically. When you purchase in Paris and what you have to do when you're leaving Paris and what you do when you come back to the US. So we'll start off. I did some shopping at Chanel. That was the only store I went to and made purchases at. And we went shopping in the Galerie Lafayette, the Haussmann. It's basically their, giant department store. And in the department store, there was a Chanel, there was like a Chanel store within the department store. I ended up purchasing 3 small leather goods, which came to a grand total of $7,500. So after checking out, or at checkout, I was asking the madame about, I said VAT. How do I do the VAT paperwork? Because I know there's some paperwork that I needed in order to get my tax refund. At first, she didn't. I don't know if it was like a language barrier, but essentially she said like detax. And then I just said yes. And then, so basically I had to present my passport at checkout just to prove I was not a citizen of, the EU. And basically after that, she checked, I paid, and then she pointed to me where to go to get the proper paperwork I needed to present at Charles de Gaulle Airport so I can complete the process. So after I paid, we had to go up the escalator 1 floor. It's in the very corner of that floor, and you just follow the detax or the tax free sign, and basically you wait in a line, have your passport and your receipt ready. If you plan on doing a bunch of shopping, they recommend that you do all of your shopping first before you go to the tax section to get your paperwork, because it's better to just do it all in one go versus like, shop, then go get paperwork, then shop, then go get paperwork. It's better to just do it all at once. So after you're done shopping, you wait in line, and then you see an attendant, and then the attendant checks your passport and then your receipt. And basically after that, they make you go to this kiosk that's pretty self-explanatory. So you basically choose a language, and then you have to scan your passport and then verify that information's correct, and then basically scan your receipts. And then basically when you're done, you're going to get let me pull it up here. You're going to get a tax-free form. It's going to be 2 pieces of paper. One paper has the barcode. There's 4 sections, A, B, C, and D, and it's called a tax-free form. So in the B section, it's basically your identification, your first name, middle name, last name, your date of birth, and it all should match with your passport. And then C, it's basically an invoice of all of the products that you what's that noise? Anyway, an invoice of the products that you purchased, and then it basically calculates how much your tax refund is going to be. So I spent $7,500, and then I don't know what this means. Montant. Let me Google Translate really quick. Okay, so it means amount. So I'm assuming it's the amount that got refunded to me. So essentially, my tax refund, I was gonna get back $855 back. And then you have to pick how you want your reimbursement. So there's a couple options, like you can get your bank card or your credit card. Basically, they send you that money to your credit card, or you can choose cash. It was recommended to me to do the bank card return just because I think it was a higher percentage return. It was like 11%, whereas cash you only get 10%. So, and I'm not sure if it changes here or there, but essentially they were saying it would be better for me to choose the card option because I would get more back. So after the forms print, you're going to take an envelope. It's like a special envelope, and then you just keep all your documents in the envelope. Your receipt, keep your tax-free form, just keep it all in the envelope, readily available, because you're going to need it when you go to the airport when you're departing Paris. So fast forward, we get to the airport, ready to finish up this, VAT process. So before even going through passport control, before going through security, before checking in any of your bags, the first thing you should do is go to the detax section in Charles de Gaulle Airport. My terminal was 2E, and when I walked in, I had walked all the way to the left because I thought it would be by entrance number 8, but no, it was actually when you enter, instead of turning left toward 8, I should have gone to the right. But there's a sign that I missed. It was a big sign. I just missed it. It's basically the tax sign. So what you do in that little area, you're going to wait in a line again. For me, it was a pretty long line. The whole process took about an hour, but you wait in line, and then when it's your turn, you're going to go to one of the Pablo kiosks. And this process was very easy too. There's attendants there to help you. So if you're lost, there's someone there to help. But once you get to the kiosk, again, you pick your language. Basically, you just scan the barcode. Once you scan the barcode, you're either going to get a green check mark or an X, a red X. If you get the green check mark, then you're good to go. If you're getting the money reimbursed through your bank card, that's it. You don't need to deposit. You don't need to put the form in the envelope and deposit the the envelope in the box. And we double checked this just to be sure, because in a lot of the YouTube videos, I see people putting their form in the envelope, closing the envelope, and putting the envelope in the box. It didn't tell us, the machine didn't tell us to do that, and the attendant confirmed that we didn't have to do that, so we didn't. However, for me, my purchase was pretty hefty, so I got a red X, and this is pretty typical if your purchase is a larger purchase. So one purchase was $500, and that got a green check mark, ready to go. That was it. For me, it was a bigger purchase, so I got an X. So I had to go to the customs line. So when I was watching YouTube videos, I thought that I was going to, have to present all of my items, like take them out of my bag. So I didn't have to do that, but in the case that you do have to do that, I'd recommend having your items easily accessible. So you're not rummaging through your stuff and, basically holding up the line and all that stuff. But what I had to do when I got to the counter, I had to present my tax-free form. I gave my receipt and I gave my passport, and they also asked for a boarding pass. So it's a good idea to have it ready on your phone if that's what you use, or print out a paper copy beforehand. Luckily, I didn't have to take things out from the box, or he just asked me how many bags or boxes I had, and I told him I had 3. They asked me who I purchased this for. I said it was for my mom and my sister, and he stamped my paperwork, and that was that. Honestly, I didn't have to. I chose the bank card option, so I didn't have to put anything in an envelope and put it in a mailbox. I didn't have to do any of that. He just gave me back all my forms and then said, "Okay, you're good to go." So that was that. Where it got a lot more complicated was when I got back to the States. So I mean, I've flown before, and I know that in the plane they have you fill out a paper and have you declare items that you want to declare, or that you have to declare when you go through U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. But our flight, we didn't do that. Basically, we got off the plane and then had to go through U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. I have global entry, so I didn't do the mobile passport, or I don't know what the process is to wait in the regular line, but I did my global entry process, and then when I got to the front of the line, the Border Patrol agent, the customs agent, basically asked me if I purchased anything. I did get a little nervous. But in all the videos I've watched, they've just said, just be honest with what you purchased, and, you won't get in trouble. It's, I didn't realize though that they would charge you money for bringing some of these items back to the States. But anyway, so the process was, I got to the agent and he asked me what I purchased. So I said I purchased 3 bags. And he asked me how much I spent. So I told him $7,500. Immediately after I told him, he ushered me to a different line where I would wait, where I waited a little bit, and then I was called by one of the attendants at the counter, and he asked for my passport, and he asked for my tax-free form, and then he asked me, oh, who is this for? Like just simple questions, but it felt like I was, kind of getting interrogated. It was scary, but in hindsight, they're just asking questions and just answer honest. Um, After they questioned me, they put my passport in this lockbox with the letter B on the lockbox and told me, okay, take this and go to line B for inspection. So I was like, oh, okay. So you walk through the kiosk, through the agent, and then you go pick up your checked in luggage. And then once you get your checked in luggage, that's when you go through baggage inspection. So I had to go through line B, and the agents were very nice. They asked me why am I in line, and then I said, oh, I made a large purchase, and the previous officer had told me to wait in this line. Basically, I didn't know what baggage inspection entailed. So then they were asking me if I self-declared, and I said yes. And, they were very kind and very thankful and grateful, and that I actually did self-declare, because they were saying like, oh, a lot of people don't and they get in trouble, and they were assuring me that self-declaring was a good thing. So when I told them that, they unlocked that lockbox, looked at my passport. They asked me for my tax-free form, and my receipt, and then they were filling out, I think it was the declaration form. I couldn't see what they were filling out, but they were filling something out and doing calculations, and basically they told me that they're going to have to charge me some taxes. So I ended up getting charged $513. I don't know if that's a ripoff or if that's good. I'm not sure. I didn't really look up like how they calculate this, or I didn't read like the policies, if there's like a flat like fee that they charge. But they ended up charging me like $513. I paid, and then after I paid, that was it. I was able to exit. Definitely it was very intimidating. I was, like, you try and research how to do things, but, until you actually go through the process, it's like, you never know until you actually do it. But yeah, I mean, I felt intimidated. I had no idea what was going on. I felt a little like, oh man, I thought it was supposed to be cheaper to purchase these items in like a different country, in France, in Europe, but like I think overall it was still cheaper, but dang, it would have been nice to just get back that $855 and not have to pay the $500. But I mean, still, it's money back. It's still overall cheaper. Overall, I would say like be organized, be prepared for whatever happens. After this whole experience, I went on Reddit and read like horror stories that like people had gone through. Like for example, someone had to like literally do like a live unboxing. Somebody had to, someone, I don't know if they pissed off the agent, but they had to like recite, the agent like gave them like the policy and then made the guy like recite the policy in front of him. Like I didn't have to do that, but so I feel like my experience was pretty good. Um, but definitely be prepared. Have your paperwork ready. Have your items ready to go just in case they have to inspect them. I also saw some people when they buy things, they make spreadsheets and hand the spreadsheet over to the officer when they go through U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. Um, Another thing is just to obviously declare your items. Um, you know, sometimes it's probably better to declare because if you've spent all this money, you run the risk of all the items just getting confiscated. You end up with like a hefty fine or even worse. But I don't want to know what the worst is. So I just declared, and everyone else online recommends that you declare too. But yeah, I mean, that was my experience. It was intimidating. It was scary. But we did it, and I probably honestly, I know what to do next time, but I'm probably just like not gonna make large purchases overseas anymore. It was too much of like a hassle, took too much time, I'm not already like an anxious person, but that was an unnecessary amount of extra anxiety on for me. But anyway, yeah. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you found it informative. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.